going on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my Affliction Day of Reckoning review video. I'm going to go over the fights, of course, I did predictions on. Solid event. If you hadn't had a chance to see this, make sure you go check it out. First fight of the night, Dan Lozon taking on Bobby Green. Bobby Green, of course, a late replacement for Chris Horodecki. He was not cleared by the commission due to the fact that he had a back injury, dealing with some discs in his back. Nonetheless, both these guys come out. Bobby Green had some really, really good combinations on the feet. Some good leg kicks, some good combos with his hands. Had a nice suplex that he had. Unfortunately, 3 groin shots that he threw with leg kicks to Lozon definitely hurt him in this fight. 2 of which, looked like they were pretty clear-cut fouls. The third one, maybe not so much. Looked like Lozon may have been doing a little bit of an acting job. But nonetheless, Green lands some good combinations after the third groin shot. Lozon pulls guard, goes for a heel hook, isn't able to get it, transitions to the back, sinks in a rear naked choke, and Dan Lozon wins via a first round submission. Lozon looked a little shaky on the feet. I think he's going to go back and improve. There's some things he definitely needs to work on, I think, but nonetheless, he wins via first round submission. Hopefully he comes back and looks impressive in his next fight. All right, on to the next fight, Paul Buentello taking on Kirill Sadelnikov. Paul Buentello controlled all 3 rounds of this fight, had beautiful combinations on the feet, had a beautiful uppercut that he kept throwing, good right hooks, kept landing at will with that left jab, really just busting up Sadelnikov. Sadelnikov had a couple good combinations on the feet, had a good overhand right that rocked Buentello in this fight a little bit. But for the most part, Buentello controlled this fight all the way till the 3rd round, just really messing Sadelnikov up on the feet. Sadelnikov had a mouse under his left eye. It just kept progressively getting worse throughout the fight. In the 3rd round, Big John actually asked the doctor to look at Sadelnikov, and the doctor stops the fight, and Buentello wins via a 3rd round TKO doctor stoppage. So, looked very impressive in this fight. Hopefully he comes back in his next fight and looks impressive as well. Alright, next fight, Sokoudjou taking on Renato Babalu Sobral. One of the things I said in my prediction video was that Babalu would need to avoid the clinch. In the 1st round, both these guys had some good combinations on the feet. Babalu kept trying to go for takedowns in the clinch in the 1st round. Had a rough time. Sokoudjou was stuffing them. Sokoudjou actually reversed one of them, got into Babalu's guard and started landing some good ground and pounds, some good 4 shots with his elbows. In the 2nd round, Babalu landing some good shots on the feet. Sokoudjou had a couple good counters. Babalu gets into the north-south position in the 2nd round, locks up an anaconda choke, rolls over Sokoudjou, and makes Sokoudjou tap, and Babalu wins via a 2nd round submission. Looked very, very impressive. He continues to show why he's one of the top 205 pounders in the world, and hopefully he'll look impressive in his next fight. Alright, next fight, Matt Lindland taking on Vitor Belfort. Quick fight, 37 seconds. Vitor Belfort knocked out Matt Lindland. Matt Lindland actually started out this fight with an overhand right that kind of grazed Belfort. Belfort threw a right jab, then a left hook, dropped Lindland, pounded him out, and wins via a knockout in the 1st round. Continues to look very, very impressive at 185, very quick. He beats a top 5 opponent, Matt Lindland. He's now probably going to be ranked in the top 5 and regarded as a top 5 middleweight. This guy looks very, very good. He looks back on to his winning ways and has done very, very well since getting with Extreme Couture and cutting down to 185. So hopefully he'll continue to look impressive in his next couple fights. All right, on to the co-main event, Josh Barnett versus Gilbert Yvel. Josh Barnett came out, controlled every single one of these rounds, had mount in all 3 rounds, round 1, 2, and 3. Had some good combinations on the feet. Yvel, at the beginning of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, had a couple good combinations, but Barnett kept getting the mount, kept going for Kimura attempts, arm bars. In the 3rd round, he actually gets Yvel into a rough spot against the ropes. Yvel rolls over. Barnett starts throwing some shots with his left hand. Yvel taps, and Josh Barnett wins via a 3rd round via submission due to strikes. Barnett looked impressive in this fight. He's going to get the winner of Fedor and Arlovsky. He continues to show why he's one of the top 5 heavyweights in the world, and why he's regarded as a top 5 heavyweight in the world, and hopefully he does well in his next fight. All right, on to the main event. Fedor Emelianenko taking on Andrei Arlovski. What a fight this was. Arlovski came out, looked very, very good, had some good leg kicks, some good inside leg kicks, some good combinations with his hands. Fedor had a couple good combinations as well. Looked a little puzzled. Didn't know exactly what to do with Fedor throwing, with Arlovski throwing the leg kicks and being very, very quick. Fedor was kind of trying to figure out and decide which stance he wanted to go with, whether regular or southpaw. Arlovski actually landed a push kick and made Fedor back up. Goes for a flying knee, which I don't know why he did that. He could have gone for a right cross, or even a left. A right overhand right, or even a left cross. With the way Fedor was standing. But anyways, he goes for a flying knee. Fedor catches him with a right hook, drops him. Arlovski's out cold on the mat, and Fedor retains the WAMA Heavyweight Championship. Continues to show why he is the #1 heavyweight in the world, why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. One more fight, I think, solidifies his place as the top heavyweight in the world and one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and that's a fight with Josh Barnett. Once he's fought Josh Barnett, he's fought literally everyone that he could have fought at heavyweight, as well as top 5 opponents. So congratulations to him, winning via first-round knockout. Hopefully he looks impressive in his next fight. Check out my sponsors. They'll be at the end of this video, and of course I'll put the links over on this side to their websites, their URLs. Check out their apparel. They all have great clothing. I will be back sometime this week to do an MMA Corner video, and also a topic on who the UFC and the WEC should bring into their weight classes. So on that note, you guys have a great day.